Well, hey, y'all. I'm hoping this thing is going live. It's done come up twice and said live stream's not available. Don't know what's going on, guys. It's one. You know how it is. It's one of those nights with me. What can I say? Let's see. Looks like it's here. Looks like it's going live and doing right now, guys. Hopefully, we'll get some folks in here in just a minute. I went in yonder and grabbed my phone and said, well, maybe I can do it on my phone if it won't do it on my laptop. So we'll see what's going on, guys. We'll see what's going on. Lord. See if anybody else pops in here. Oh, there's Jovita. Hello, hello. Nobody's here yet, Jovita. I was having trouble trying to get this thing to go live. It kept popping up and saying live stream's not available. I'm trying to do it through YouTube so I don't have to pay another $20-something for a month for StreamYard or whatever it is. Hey, Weed, I see you. You made it too. Oh, Lord, Lord. Wait, I forgot to tell you, honey. Since nobody's on here, I'm going to tell you. Oh, there's Jerry. Hey, Jerry. I've been trying to get this YouTube live to go. It kept telling me that it wasn't streaming live. So, y'all, I'm a little bit late. There's, yeah, I came in just for a few minutes, Jerry. I was running late trying to get things going. So I didn't make any comments because I was running around trying to get the cat fed and all my critters fed and my granddaughter some firewood up because she's going to Arkansas to meet her fiance, boyfriend, whatever he is. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. But yeah, that's what's going on here, guys. That's what's going on here. Running late. Yeah, we had to get her up some firewood. Hey, Des, how are you? Good to see you, hon. Yep, trying to get some firewood up for her. And trying to get, made her up some, well, we call them firecrackers, but I do them with soup crackers. And that way you could just get a handful of them, put them in your hand and eat them as you go, or put them in a little baggie and tote them around. Anyway, they turn out better if you do them like that. So she wanted me to make some up for her to take because she's going camping with her friend. So they're in Arkansas. I don't know what part of Arkansas or whatever. But she came up here. I gave her 3 bottles of lamp oil, guys. And it hadn't been that long ago. And then she come up here and says, Nana, do you have any lamp oil? And I said, yeah, but what happened to all that I bought for you? Oh, you did give me some, didn't you? I said, yeah. She said, well, could you give me some if you got some right now? Because I don't know where mine is. So I had to go dig out some lamp oil to give her. Oh, Lord, these kids, I swear. So, Des, I did not make it in your live, honey. I am so sorry. Fridays are just a hard time for me around here. We have people coming and going on the weekends, and came on late and you were already out of there, I guess. Or if you weren't, I couldn't find it. I punched you up and went to your live, but it was last week's live. So it did not show up alive for now. But I'm trying, folks. Well, y'all, I processed my first rabbit that I processed in over 40 years. And it was not nearly as easy as it used to be, guys. You know, I've never had to dispatch the bunny. He's always already been out when I got him. So it was not fun. Some of them I have to get used to. But we cooked the bunny rabbit this morning, and man, it was delicious. Fixed it with gravy, brown gravy, and onion, and oh my God, it was delicious. Hey, Whistle Stop. Ed, how you doing? Good to see you. Not had a chance to get in and see your tiny home goings. Ed, you need to check out my tiny home with it's the metal tiny home. One of them I put out a while back. It's been a year or so ago, but it's the one that Wheat's putting out. It's Wheat's, the lady that's in here, her tiny home. Good friend of mine. And it is really cool, Ed. So, oh gosh. Yeah, we are rushing around here. Joey ran in and got the table set up for me while I was trying to reset all this stuff back up to try to get it to go live. Hey, there's Heartland. Tamara, how are you, hon? Glad to see you. I'm assuming it's Tamara anyway. Oh, gosh. It's a running thing. It's a running thing around this house. Let's see. I was going to tell you that we had a benefit for Michelle Saturday. I don't know how much money was raised, but in case I did not tell you, she has leukemia. It's a friend of ours' daughter, oldest, I guess, older daughter, whatever. Only daughter, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, but we went, and I should have called you and let you know about it. Planted me some broccoli. We'll see how that goes. A little late in the season. I know this is when fall crops come in, but it's a little late for fall crops. Al told you about it. Okay, cool. I didn't know. I forgot all about telling you. I should have. Wait, I'm sorry. But anyhow, they had a benefit, and I don't know how much money was raised because we left early because we always do the little Nick thing on this weekend on Saturday, and it was supposed to rain Sunday, so we didn't want to do it Sunday. So we did it Saturday after that, so we left early. Plus, Phil was here. PD was here. Got to see him, which we were glad to see. I haven't seen him in over a year, so I was real proud to get to see him. He took a bunch of pictures, and we all hung out together for a while, and that was real nice to be able to see people. But I don't have a clue, guys. I wish I knew where my daughter was coming out there in Arkansas. I'd get her to run by and see some of you guys hanging out that way. I told her, I said, honey, she said she was leaving as soon as she gets off from work Wednesday afternoon. And I said, honey, I said, it's at least 8 or 9 hours out there. She said, oh, it's going to be longer than that for me. So I don't know where she's going. But she says, well, I'm going to drive halfway and then take a nap, and then I may get up and drive some more, or I'll just go the next morning. I said, girl, you better be careful. Hey, there's Pettit Jean. Hey, how are you, Bobby? Hadn't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Boy, y'all been posting some good-looking foods over there. Some good-looking food over there. Between you and who's the other fellow that keeps posting all the good pictures of food? Dang. You were helping Miles getting his hunting license. Well, I am still trying to use this YouTube studio live, guys. It's free, so it doesn't cost me anything. But when it cut off the last time, it was the YouTube that cut it off. It wasn't me, and it was not my it was not my internet. It was YouTube lost service somehow or another. Didn't have anything to do with anything here because we still had internet here. So I don't know what was going on. See what else is going on with you guys. Oh, people nap, Jerry, just in time to get coffee made and greet David when he walks in the door. Cool, cool, cool. So I'm missing. Oh, there's New Horizons above and beyond. So you were cutting down on some of your videos. commented for you. Oh, late nap, Tamara. Now you'll be up until midnight. I don't know, guys. Sometimes I could lay down at 7:30 and sleep all night, and other nights it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why I'm yawning now. Stress sometimes makes me yawn, guys. But yeah, we've been rolling around here, guys. These got these little rabbits, and a friend of mine, the guys that have the hey, there's the moose. Hey, barbecue and outdoor adventures. Hello. Yeah, we he needed to get rid of some rabbits, and they were all males. And so we went down and got them before his children came home, because he said, once the kids got there, he couldn't get rid of them. So we went down and got them, and I was supposed to have done them all, but then we decided I was just going to do one and see how it went. And boy, I realized I am really, I'm so sorry, guys. So out of touch with doing that kind of stuff. Have not done it in 40 something years. I don't know if you guys heard that earlier. Let's see. Go to bed at 8 or 9 and be back up around 3:30 in the morning. Know that feeling, girl. I know that feeling. It's just getting up when you're going to bed, Jerry. You sound like me. I never know, because like I say, if I go to bed when I first get sleepy, no matter what time it is, I sleep. Oh, I'm doing it again. Whew, I am so sorry, guys. But if I don't, and I sit there or play another game on my tablet, or listen to another story, or do something, you can forget it until it hits again, and it comes in cycles, and it'll be 5 or 6 hours away. And if I don't hit right when that cycle hits, and whatever time it hits, I'm going to be up. And I have that restless leg anyway, guys. So I'll be in bed and it'll feel like my feet are just going crazy. I just cannot be still. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I end up dropping my camera, and I put a new lens in it, GoPro. Put a new lens in it, and it's super clear, but it's got one little bad spot on it. And it looks like a smear or something. And so when I try to use it, the way you're supposed to, it leaves that blur. Now, if I turn it around, then I can't really tell what I'm videoing. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I know I need to buy another one, but God, they're so expensive, guys. And my phone has been acting crazy. I have an iPhone 12 Pro, and this thing it just bounces, and sometimes the camera will work, sometimes it won't. So I don't know what in the heck. Well, over there, Jovita, where you are, hon, 9 o'clock would be 10 o'clock my time. So yeah, but that's still, you don't get a whole lot of rest that way. That gives you what, 4? If you go straight to sleep when you go to bed, that's still not but 7.5 hours, something like that you get. After a while, that stuff would get old, guys. After a while, that would get old. You got to stop talking about. I know it really, Jerry, because I'm just sitting here yawning like crazy. I need to get me something to pep me up, right? Havita says she gets about 6 hours. Whoa, girl. That would catch up with me. That would catch up with me quick. Now, I can deal with 4 or 5 hours sleep one night, or maybe 2 nights, and then I have got to have me a good 8 or 9 hours sleep. So anyway, Wait says she is enjoying the cooler weather. It was 40 here this morning. It was right doggone chilly after we've been used to this, 100 degree days, and it was up in the mid 80s and then dropped down to 40 this morning, so we weren't expecting that. Uh, so nap for a half hour and slept right on through. Girlfriend, that's the way I do. I used to take a nap every Saturday. Joey's buddies would all laugh at me because they'd be up there doing something. They'd say, "Where's Carol at?" I said, "Oh, she's taking a nap." I'd come in, we'd eat lunch, and I'd take me a nap. And I wouldn't get up till about 2:30 in the afternoon. But I'm trying not to take them daytime naps unless I just have to, because it just makes me trying to make myself go to sleep when I go to bed. You know, they say if you don't go to sleep to get up, don't just lay there. But it doesn't matter to me. I just keep somebody next to me asleep. I just keep Joey awake if I keep laying there. You know how that goes. But we've been rolling around here, guys. I got me some lettuce planted. I wanted to get some cabbage, but I didn't start it from seed, and so I don't know if I'm going to actually buy some and put it out or not. And if I do, I'm probably going to have to get me some pieces of PVC or wire or something and strip it over the top of my raised bed so that when we do have a colder spell, it doesn't ruin everything. David, talk. Oh, Lordy. Anyway, getting all kinds of messages here. If y'all hear a bing, just ignore it. I finally got out here and went and got me a little collar for the kitten. I got the smallest one they had, and I still had to twist it and tie a knot in it to make it small enough for the little kitten. But he's got a bail on him now because I done sent him flying across the floor. Because it gets right in front of you. You know how that goes. He's got to where he runs around, and it was so funny yesterday. No, it's day before yesterday. I was sitting in there by myself, and I was just moving my foot, not even thinking about it. Joey had gone to bed, and that little devil he bowed up his back and had his tail straight up in the air, and he jumped sideways about 4 little jumps, and it was the funniest thing because he's so doggone little, guys, that I could not help but laugh. He chewed the nipple slap off of his bottle. So he's trying to cut in some new teeth, and you can feel them in there. They like to chew, and you can feel them in his mouth. They're just cutting through the skin. His little baby teeth are. So hopefully we'll be able to feed him some real food before long. I've been giving him, since he chewed his little bottle up, I've been giving him milk in a little bitty tiny black bowl so that I can see the darn stuff. And he's actually licking it out of the bowl now, so that's good. And his got him some pate type cat food, a little can of cat food. He won't even try the cat food that is little slivers of meat, because I bought one of them and he wouldn't have nothing to do with it. So I got him some pate type, and I thinned it down, and so he ate a good bit of it. The little devil has had upset stomach, so I don't know if maybe the milk is too strong, or he's getting too much of the other kind of feed, or what's going on. I'm going to have to ask the vet, I guess. But doing the best we can with the little monster. Okay. But Joey says, "Are you ever going to name this devil?" I've been calling him all kinds of names. Pit Squeaks most of the time it's what he gets, because he's always in there, and every morning when I get up, now he'll be just as quiet as a little mouse in there. And the minute my feet hit the floor, he comes running in there, and he's meow, 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 meow. Just drives me absolutely insane. I said, he's waiting on me, doggone it. You're teething too. It's last wisdom tooth. Wow, last wisdom tooth. They say that the earlier you get the wisdom teeth, the sooner they say your wisdom teeth have something to they old folks say that they have something to do with your hey Tara and Jason, there's White Rock, guys. Hey, good to see y'all. Yeah, like we always heard, guys, you know how that goes, that your wisdom tooth, the earlier they come in, the earlier life will expectancy will be, or shorter your life expectancy be. I don't know, but I've had all of mine pulled, so I guess mine won't be that long. I've got a grown cat that is demanding every day. I know how that is. This little kitten, I swear, y'all, but he is so funny. Oh, Lou was burglarized and ate precious artifact. I know it. Isn't that horrible? Uh, just it's just hard for me to believe because I've been over there, and boy, they walk around. We think that we have good security and all here. There are armed with machine guns officers on every corner. I mean, in full battalion uniform, the whole nine. And so it is very hard to believe that somebody actually got away with cranking a chainsaw, supposedly, and cutting into the building to get in there and steal something that quickly from the loo. But you know how that goes, because I mean, all you got to do is yell policia, policia, and they're there. I mean, it's just unreal. I've seen it over there. So it makes you wonder, how that could have happened, even in 3 minutes and something, 3 or 4 minutes, however long it's supposed to have been done. Makes me wonder. So y'all are Tara, Jason, I see y'all are working on a tiny home for your daughter. I know that's exciting for her. So I miss you too, girl. Miss you too. Are you guys still doing your New Year's cruise? I think it was New Year's, or was it January cruise? I would like to do another one. I like Carnival. It's not quite as good a food as what it used to be. Used to they had all kinds of steaks and all that you got. But the prices are so much cheaper now that heck, the food's not a big thing for me. I'm going for the ambiance and all the other stuff. So excited about her house. I know she is. I've been checking them out, guys. Checking them out. I get a kick out of that. But guys, we are like I say, we are just rushing. I was kind of hoping that dang. Oh, my mind just went blank. Oh. Dang. We're supposed to go on a cruise in late January. Okay. Still to be determined. Oh, I know it, girl. I know it. Joey's got, ever since COVID hit, Joey's got the heebie jeebies because they got trapped. People got trapped on the cruise ship. So he won't go. So last year at Thanksgiving, I took my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, and she and I went on a cruise. And I don't know whether I'm going to go and take somebody else with me or if I'm just going to pay for two people and stay in a room by myself this next time I go. Don't matter to me. I'm one of those people. If I decide to take a nap, I take a nap. If I decide to hang out and sit out there at the pool or sit out and watch people or sit at the bar or go to one of the shows, I do. If I don't, I don't. My kids are going to Alaska on a cruise in June, I think, of next year. And they're trying to get me to go with them. But God, that's cost so doggone much, guys. And I wanted to do the Alaska cruise that YouTubers put on. Oh, excuse me. That would have been great. But with it just being me, it was going to cost me over $4,000. And I said, no, I can go on 4 or 5 cruises with Carnival for what it's going to cost me there. So I just said to heck with it. I mean, even if I had to go by myself with Carnival, I could still go on 4 or 5 cruises for what that was going to cost. Anyway, so My favorite times on the cruise are on the decks with a few people. I know it. Uh, Enjoy the water and the ocean. That's right. That's right. I enjoyed some of the shows, and my grandkids got me out in there in some of those where everybody had the headsets and everybody's in there listening to different songs, and nobody knows what they're listening to, and people are all dancing. And I mean, it was so much fun to me to watch all the young people, especially in there, just had rocking out and having them a great old time with their music. It wasn't for me, but I enjoyed watching them do it. And then we went to a comedy bar there, and I love the comedy bar, guys. I like comedy anyway. So used to be really good at remembering jokes and things, but my mind has shot on me. I can't remember a darn thing now. But yeah, to Madison really, she was a little bit seasick anyways, but she really enjoyed being outside, and she smokes anyway. I don't smoke. So she was sitting out there, and she liked sitting up on the upper deck where the smoking deck was and watching all the people down by the pool and sitting out in the sun and just everything. So your memories on paper too. Oh, it's awful, guys. If I've got something I have got to do or got to pick up, I'll pick up half of it if I don't make myself a note. It's that bad. I don't know what in the heck. I don't know why it's gotten like this. And with names, that's not something new, guys. I know y'all think that's crazy, but I've not my brain does not associate names ever, ever, ever. Oh, if you go on a cruise, you're going to Tasmania. I've always wanted to go to Tasmania, Australia in general. I'd like to go. I'd like to go to Africa too. That's one of my things. I love animals, and I would love to go out there on the safari and do some of those tours. Yeah, we do need to go visit Radio Jonesy. That's exactly right. I love the videos that he puts out. There's some beautiful country over there, guys. And there's another YouTuber that does a lot of gold painting for gold and vacuuming and the whole nine out there in the middle of Tasmania. And that's really cool, looking at the countryside and the creeks and streams that he's just all the flora around there. It's just exciting to me. I would love to be able to go somewhere like that and see that kind of stuff. Just looking at the fancy buildings and all that is really not my thing. I don't have to. Hey, there's Drops Homestead. Hello, hon. Hadn't seen you in a while. Glad to see you. You can house sit my house in Africa. I would love to. I would love to. Oh, don't even like the ports. I'd rather be in culture and go off the ports to explore. That's the way I am. I'm exactly the same way. I like to see stuff. I like to do the little tours, but I like to just go out on my own and, with just a small group of people or 2 or 3 people, and just see how they really live and the real life there, instead of just what they want you to see, just the touristy stuff, So that's always cool. Yeah, we have been rolling, guys, but the rabbits, guys, I don't know how to dispatch one, and it was horrible. It was horrible to have to do that. The chicken, you stick it in the cone, whack its little head, whatever, but the rabbit squealed and I freaked. So, Terry, you'll have to tell me how y'all do it, because don't you eat your rabbits? But I've got, this guy gave me 6 bucks, and they're huge bucks, and they're this season's babies. So his kids wanted to breed more, and he said we got to get rid of some of them we have before we get some more. So anyway, I had to go get them before he gave them to me for us to eat. And back when I was a kid and we did that kind of stuff, they were already done. They were already, and the wild rabbits around here are not very big. I was shocked at how much meat was on this thing. I mean, holy moly. Avita, you said you can't. I told my daughter what I was fixing to do, and she said, "Oh, Mama, don't even tell me." She said, I don't want to taste it. I don't want to try it. Don't try to sneak none of it in on me." And the poor guy that gave them to me now, his family raised them. His Hispanic guy owns the Mexican restaurant that we go to all the time. And he gave them to me, and it's so funny. He said he had never eat rabbit. His wife has never eat rabbit. I couldn't believe it. It just absolutely floored me. I bet he's got 40 rabbits and they've never ate a rabbit. It's just unbelievable. Can't even think about it. Well, I grew up in the country and I grew up processing meats and all, but I've never been the one that had to zap them or whatever. So that was hard for me. Thank you, Tamara. I appreciate that, honey. We ate rabbit once a month. Dad called them four-legged chickens, and he lived during the Depression. I bet he did. And it tastes so much like chicken, really and truly. I don't know how a lot of people process them. I quartered them up like we used to, did the back legs, front shoulders and legs, and then the center ribs and all. So I had about 6 pieces of meat, and it was a lot of meat, guys. We ate. We've still got 3 or 4 pieces, about 3 pieces left. And then I cooked some cube steak that I had already gotten out of the freezer to go with it, and put that with the gravy and onions and all that. So it was good. Been better if I had. We have 4 bread right now. Big Mike is taking one of them. So we should have some bunny meat coming up. I know that's right. Mine, I have 2 that are bred. And then I've got one of those younger bucks that I got that was absolutely beautiful, guys. He was a creamy gray color. I mean, he was super light, and he had the gray ears and nose and all that. He was absolutely beautiful. If he'd have been a female, I would have kept him to breed, but she said wouldn't mind eating rabbit, but that's it. You couldn't do any of the other stuff with it. But I grew up doing snatching chickens up out of the yard and all that stuff, where my grandmother could grab that chicken and pop that neck. I tried doing that, guys, and I tried and I couldn't do it. So I'm at the chopping block with a hatchet, so that kind of thing. Thank you. Yeah, so, but we did the chickens, and I deer hunted for years and years and years and could still go back. Hey, Christy. Christy said she's never done that either. So I've got to learn how to do it. We set rabbit boxes. I don't know if you guys ever did rabbit trapping. We set rabbit boxes instead of putting the snares out as we were kids. And we had just had a box about 2 foot long, and it was about 6 inches in the center, and it went back to the back. And when the rabbit went in to get the apple or whatever you put in there for them to eat, it would hit a little rod that's sticking down, and it would let the end slop. But we would get it up, and Granddaddy always he'd have all that done. And as far as the skinning it and all that stuff and the chopping it up, that doesn't bother me. I guess that's about like Jovita says she just can't do it. May have to eat whatever walks on my property to stop her. Uh-oh. Oh, no, don't say that. Well, there's a lot of good eating on properties. I don't know about up there where you live, but down here, there's a lot of it. And I've eaten a lot of turtle too, guys. And turtle is really good. It has several different flavors of meat and turtle. By the way, have you ever eaten any tongue? Tongue, like beef tongue, cow tongue, or that kind of thing. I have not. Now, I've eaten tripe. And tripe is the bag on a cow. That's basically what tripe is. And as a kid, we used to have tripe with eggs and all. And I've had brains and eggs too back when I was a kid, but I don't eat it now. Just something. You're going to stay off his property. I know that's right, Christy. Nope, never had beef tongue. Oh, Havita said she has corn tortillas and salsa. Yeah, that's what William was telling me when I took him a piece. I took him 2 pieces of the rabbit that I did because he'd never tried it. And I said, okay, I'm going to bring you some down there. So I took him 2 pieces today. And he was telling me about how they love the tongue. And so that's what made me think of that. Let's see. Snapping turtle that used to stop traffic in my neighborhood because nobody wanted to damage the undercarriage of their cars. Wow, he must have been huge. Hey, there's my fan, Barb. Jesus is Lord. How's it going? Had tripe once. Tripe is something you have to, I guess it's kind of a stringy. To me, it was kind of stringy, guys. And, as a kid, I ate it, fried and whatever. But just something you have to get used to, I guess. Drop said when he was in Georgia, he was that was in Georgia. He was a huge snapper. Wow. Yeah, we got a bunch of them here. And I mean, the best way to catch a turtle, I guess, the way we've always done it, is to trap a bird and put it with a hook and throw it out there on the water. And as you throw it, the wings will spread out and it lands on top of the water and it will float. And these old ponds that nobody's fished in a while, there are a lot of turtles in there. And I mean, it's unreal how you do it. Had to process trout that Jason brought back from the family trout trip. Had no idea how to prepare that. I know everybody, it's all different. Everything and every type of meat, every type of fish, whether you fry it or broil it or grill it or whatever, it's all different, and the seasoning you put on it's different too. So, you just have to try it the best you can, I guess. Somebody else cooked tripe and it had a terrible aftertaste. No, the tripe that I've had didn't have the aftertaste. It was just it was just so stringy, just kind of tough, stringy like. I guess it's I don't know. I guess it's ligaments or something in there. I don't know. I just didn't like the when I was a kid, you eat anything that was put in front of you because you were hungry. We had beans with every meal. You know how that goes. Or you had biscuits or cornbread, and sometimes that's all you had. We were real poor coming up. Yeah, that aftertaste stuff will kill you. I'm not into the aftertaste either, guys. The aftertaste is rough. But it's so funny thinking about, hey, there's Reverend Joe. Hello from Eastern Iowa. Here down here in Georgia. Tripe is cow intestines. Oh, I thought it was the bag. I thought it was the udder of the cow. I may be wrong. Are you sure that it's maybe it is? Now I've had pig, stuff like that, and had a lot of liver, lights, lungs. And on your mama's table. Yep. When I was a kid, they fed me liver a lot because my blood I've always been anemic. Still am. It's just the way it goes. So I was always fed liver and all that. And some I liked better than others. Chicken liver, okay. Calf liver, I could eat it. Some of the other livers, I didn't want nothing to do with. Yep. I always had biscuits to cornbread to help fill us up. That's right. That was some of the cheapest things you could have back in them days. And Mama said your brother had hollow legs. Well, when I was a kid, we were so active and all. I remember eating 5 sandwiches and didn't think twice about it. And if I couldn't eat 5 sandwiches now, it'd kill me, Sweet bread. I'm talking about the sweet bread of the cow. Tripe is cow intestines. Okay, well, sweet bread then. Maybe so. I just always, that's what Mom and Daddy told us that it was. I guess they didn't want to tell us it was the intestines, maybe. That's probably what it was. Okay. Run a knife from the tail to the head to descale the fish. Yep. That's done a lot of descaling fish back in the day. Did a lot of fishing too, guys. Yep. Christy bets a box of cereal didn't last 2 hours between me and my siblings. Oh, I know it. Girlfriend, we didn't get any cereal around our house. We didn't know what cereal was. We thought cereal was farina or oatmeal or grits. And we had a lot of grits, whether we wanted them or not. my I don't know if I ever told y'all, but my hog maw. Yes, I have heard of hog maw. I sure have. My brother he's 17 months older than me, and mom had me in a high chair and him in a high chair, and then my older brother, well, Roger's an older brother too, but my oldest brother was always handicapped and he couldn't sit up or anything, had to have special formula and all kinds of special stuff. But anyway, my brother was feeding me my food, and he would eat a bite and he'd feed me a bite. Well, anyway, mom gave him something to feed me, and he fed me, and I kept spitting it out. And then he took a bite and he said, "Oh, Mama, this stuff tastes like shit." Mama said she wanted to fall away from the table. Oh, Christy said they had cornflakes or Rice Krispies. Only time we got Rice Krispies is if Mom bought a box and we had Rice Krispie treats that would make up with marshmallows. You know how that goes. We had a lot of sausage back when my granddad was alive because we had pigs, bacon, not so much, just a little bit. And ours was always salt cured. All of our meats were hickory smoked and salt cured. And it was all done in the old smokehouse out here that I need to redo. I keep saying I'm going to, and I just haven't done it. We had cornflakes or Rice Krispies. I know that's right. Nowadays, homemade Rice Krispie treats. Yep. That's that's what we had. And my mom was all into the desserts. So she liked to make, the homemade cakes and pies and custards and buttermilk custards. And if you had rice left over from dinner, the next night you had rice custard. Or if you had potatoes left over from something that we had potato, whatever, cooked for breakfast or whatever. It was just, you didn't throw anything away. Folks said, what'd you feed the dogs? Well, they got big bags of whatever cereal, whatever dog food was the cheapest around here. They very seldom got anything that was leftovers, unless it was a bone or something. You know how that goes. Jaw tastes better than bacon. Never tried hog. Now, I've had hog jaw cooked in beans or something, or in some kind of something, but never just like that. Has ads running tonight. Oh, God. I need to figure out how. Some nights it does it, sometimes it don't. I don't know what makes it do that, guys. Sorry. I'll have to figure that out. And this is all through the YouTube internet, whatever, YouTube studio tonight, guys. So that may be why. But I got to get better at this. So, hog jaw is hog. Yeah, hog jaws. We used to cook went in and pigtails. You know how that goes. And my brother absolutely loves pickled pig feet. You look at them now and they're out there in all that mud and dirt and crud and everything else. And you think, who would want to eat them things? But he loves them. He loves them, guys. I don't know about you guys. You just got an ad too. So I guess there are ads on there, guys. Sorry about that. From the rooter to the tutor. Yep. Back in the day, you didn't waste nothing. And then, you boiled the bones down for a broth and to go with other things too. So you never threw anything away. Rice Krispies with bacon. Never had Rice Krispies with bacon, guys. That's not one for me. I don't know. Did I go off on a tangent and say something like that? Everything but the squeal. I don't know. They might have cooked the squeal too if they could have. If they'd have been able to catch it, you didn't waste a whole lot of food when you was poor. And we grew up real poor. I love them with hot sauce and crackers. Haven't had pickled pig feet in years. You used to get it around here, and that came in big gallon containers and had the big lid. And so you get a whole gallon of them. And that's the way we bought. I mean, that's why our parents bought them. But I haven't seen any in the grocery stores or anything in a long, long time. And there for a long time they had chitlins in the big containers. Like 2 gallon or a box or something. But you don't see that hardly ever anymore in the bigger box grocery stores. These little country grocery stores sometimes still have them. Souse meat with crackers is good. Yep, had souse meat many times. Not one of my favorite things to eat, but my mom loved it. Mm. Yep, yep. Makes you wonder, guys. I'm glad I'm not the only one that's eat like that. But this rabbit thing, I got to figure it out. Or else I'm going to have to go out there and shoot at one. That squeal got me today. But, well, actually, I did it yesterday and cooked them today. I just let them soak in some salt water all night last night. Oh, and I'm going to try to tan the hide, guys. So we'll see how that goes. I'll let y'all know. I used to do some hide tanning back in the day, but I didn't do it with the hair on. And I was going to try to do some of the hides just to see how it went. So I've got that soaking in some salt water too, just to make sure I rinsed out all the whatever that might have gotten on the fur. So we'll see how that goes. Used to take an elderly lady to the store and she would get souse meat. Oh, Joey is doing great. He's sitting in there. We plan on going to the Bama Bike Fest this weekend, guys. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's an event down in close to the Mississippi line, way down in Alabama. And we're going to go over there and camp out and see what goes on with that bike rally. I'm taking the camper. And that way, when all the guys are out there sitting around the fire and drinking, and I'm sick of them and sick of them and sick of smelling the fire and all, I can go in the camper and read a book or do something. I went today to the thrift store. I was going to get me a wedding dress if I could find one that would fit me. And I was going to go as Dracula's bride, and I was going to be pregnant. But I couldn't find the doggone wedding dress. They didn't have a single wedding dress, in fact, at the thrift store, which is hard to believe because they always do. But we're going to see. I'm going to come up with some kind of costume. I don't know what I'm going to come up with. I still remember from 45 years ago. Uh-oh. What do you remember, Reverend Joe? Get the bacon with it. Yep. I had some bacon done a few years ago. It's probably been 5 years ago now. I raised a hog and she just ran in the pasture with the other critters until the last few months of her life. And that's when we pinned her up and we had sent her off to the butcher after a while. But she was real good, but I didn't like the way the guy did the sausage. And I had him to salt cure the sausage, but it just wasn't what I expected. It wasn't what we had when I was a kid, and it wasn't anything like store-bought sausage. So I don't know. I am doing a live chat, supposedly. Reverend Joe, hopefully that's what's going on. I don't know why I'm getting a commercial every once in a while in there. This is on YouTube, in YouTube Studio, so they may be sticking one in there because it come up on there. It came up on there. Where did I want it put? And I just said put it in my, with my other video. So I guess that's where it'll go, guys. Check with the local dry set cleaner. Sometimes you can get one that was never picked up and the cleaners will sell it for the cost they have. I'll have to check that out. Yeah. I've got to come up with something kind of wild because everybody there will be dressed up for the Halloween. It's a Halloween big showdown down there. And you can imagine some of the outfits these bikers will have on and the women there. I can't be that risque as some of those women will be. I'll be very well covered, I guarantee you. Comments are in live chat mode or top chat mode, and they come up different. Okay, I don't have a clue about that, Reverend Joe, but it's supposed to be a live chat. Okay. Yeah. I did check at a thrift store. Have not checked with Goodwill. I may check Goodwill tomorrow. Yeah, I've got to come up with something. I did look at some of the costumes that they had at this thrift store, but they were like little nurse outfits, and that kind of stuff. Or else there was like Miss Potato Head. No, that's probably more like my style. Go as Janis Joplin was part of the Hells Angels bikers. Oh well, I could probably fit right in with Janis Joplin now, guys. Get me some wild hair and all that stuff. That might be a pretty good one. I loved. Gosh, who was it that had the black outfit on? And dang, can't even think of their names. Her and her husband, and she said she won third place with the outfit, and her husband won a trophy or something. So anyway, Pettit Jean said he went to a bike rally in Hollister, California in 2006. Phone call. Okay. Well, bike rally in Hollister. I'll have to ask Joey about that. We haven't been to any of those. Now, I've done some, and he's been to Sturgis, and we used to have a party in Tennessee that was called Little Sturgis. Elvira. Now, I might could handle Elvira, but I couldn't wear them little tight fitted outfits that she wears. Sonny and Cher. I hope I can get Joey to dress, but I don't know if I can, guys. Now, we used to do the horse shows, and I'd dress my horse up. And I'd have him in all kinds of outfits, you guys, and he'd go for it. I mean, it didn't bother. And I'd do Prissy, the little horse. Well, she was a big horse, but the horse that I raised from a baby here on the farm, we never had her broke or nothing. We just started riding her. She didn't know no better, I don't guess. She was just laid back, just didn't care whatever we done. But I put a saddle on her when she was 2 months old, a little tiny saddle about this big, and strapped it on her. So she was used to having stuff strapped on her. And then by the time she was 4 or 5 months old, I'd put a bag of feed up on her and lead her and let her haul that feed around when we'd go back and forth. And she'd come up on the porch and up ramps. And so it wasn't nothing for her. And she'd go with me on the trail rides and just hang out. So I guess she just expected it, guys. Javita, just give me that 4-minute things. Dress up like a peach. Well, that would be pretty cool if I had me a peach outfit. But I'm going to have to decide next year. I'm going to have to get my outfits up earlier than I did this year. I really did not think that I was going to go. Oh, and I didn't tell y'all. Doggone it. Rosie is pregnant and going to be having puppies very soon, probably this weekend. So she is going with me. That little devil she'll be 5 years old the end of this week, and the little devil has snuck around here and got herself knocked up. All these time, I just thought she couldn't have puppies because she had bred several times, and we didn't expect puppies, so all this I could not believe. I hear some old people talk about Roy Rogers. Anyway, if I've been cutting out by the... no, you're not being cut out, Reverend Joe. Did I miss something, babe? I'm sorry. Yeah, I've been just shocked. Reverend Joe. Did I miss one, Reverend Joe? I'm sorry if you made a comment and I missed it. But nope, didn't mean to if I did miss something. But yeah, talk about shocked. I was absolutely floored. I could not believe. What am I working on right now? Anything that you're really passionate about? Well, I'm working on a couple of other videos on some more things that grow right here around our houses, most anywhere, that you can use for different herbs to help benefit people. And I'm hoping that people will enjoy those type of videos. I'm passionate about things that are here every day. 100 bunnies from a rabbit farm. Oh, good gracious, Reverend Joe. Whistle. Ed says he has finally made it home from work. So you've been listening to me all along, Ed. Thank you. Well, doggone. Ed has been really kicking it, guys, with his trying to get his little tiny house going. And did you get my comment, Ed, about your bathroom? I don't know if you did look at it where you were talking about putting this or that. I would turn your bathtub around so that all your plumbing would be right there for where your washer and dryer and all that'll be. So you wouldn't have it here, there, and everywhere. But we saying good night. Her and Charlie are going to call it a night. You got to take Charlie out for his nightly run. You and Charlie have a good night, and we will talk to y'all later. How to put them out for processing. Oh, you'll have to tell me how you did that. Okay, I will go back and look then, Reverend Joe. I don't know if somebody hacked that. I didn't see it. Well, I'll go back and look. Let's see. My thing says I have 4 minutes left. Jovita is fixing to get out of here. And girl, you go ahead and go to bed. I'm going to talk just for a minute or two longer. Just wanted to let y'all know, crazy people out here in the world today. So y'all be nice to people. We don't know what's going on with them. We do our best to avoid crazies and just things going on around us that's just doesn't make any sense in this world. So you guys, like I say, be nice to people. We don't know what they're going through. I spoke to a lady one day and told her that I thought that her outfit was pretty, or I liked her hair or something, and she just went to bawling. And she had just come from a funeral, and she'd lost her husband, and she said that almost all of her friends and family had all died off, and she just was really depressed, and that I had made her day. So, we just never know. The Hopper Popper. Oh, I missed it. Okay, sorry, guys. I'll have to check that out. I will go back and look at that, Reverend Joe. And, guys, we're going to probably get on out of here. And I will talk to y'all later. Y'all be sweet. We'll see y'all all next week. And I love y'all. And thank y'all so much for checking out my videos, supporting me every time. We'll see y'all again next week. Hopefully I'll get a video out and some of the crazies that goes on down here this bike week. Bye-bye. I can figure out how to get out of here now.